mentors told me.
That's it. That's the magic pill. That is probably why you don't have what you want or whatever you say you want in this life. The unfortunate reality of the situation is most things worth having are on the other side of an overwhelming degree of consistency for an extraordinary period of time. How did I build social media platforms combined to over 1 million people? Consistency. I haven't missed a post in over a year. How did I build a physique that I was proud of? Consistency. I have only missed a handful of workouts in 7 or 8 years. That is not sexy. It is not fun most of the time, but that doesn't make it less true. The thing that you want most is either going to be difficult, boring, or both, as my friend Backstage says. It is the unfortunate truth, and you're not having it, you don't have it yet, because you cannot stick to something for an extraordinary period of time without the immediate payoff or result. The world belongs to those who can work without seeing the result of their continued work. If you can just extend your time horizons on your goals and stick to something for an incredible amount of time, you'll probably have what you want. Just don't stop showing up. It isn't.
You are going to pay the price for playing small in your life. A young lady once stitched my video a couple of weeks ago, and in her stitch, she alluded that I make content for people that want fame, people that want to be seen, people that just want to be out there. And as far as she's concerned, she just wants to keep it small. She just wants to be in her little corner and minding her own business, doing her own thing, just playing it small. I did not respond to her video because I don't like reverting to young people and actually making them feel that, as a big sister or maybe a millennial, I'm out to crush them. So I just said to her, great video. However, I know that there are people out there who have the same mentality. Whether they're young or they are older or they are seasoned, they have this mentality that they just want to play it small. Playing small in your life is going to cost you in the long run. We live in a world, in fact, we were created to display, to share, to outpour our genius, our excellence, our ability to do things. And that is it is highly linked to our success. So when you sit in this world and you say that you want to play small, you say that you just want, the bare minimum, I need you to understand that playing small at 45 will not yield the same results as playing small when you were 25. From what I saw, the young lady could not be any more than 25 years old, fairly young. And her playing small at 25 years old could be definitely safe for her age, but playing small at the age of 35, 45 could definitely not have the same results. The point that I'm making is that at some point in your life, you need to be big. At some point in your life, you need to play big. By playing big, I'm not talking about you being on everyone's faces, you being on every stage, you being everywhere, you being seen. No, I mean at some point you have to play big with your abilities, with your skills, with your talents, anything that you can do. You have to dish it out like today is the last day on earth, because if you do not, you will pay the price. Everything is seasonal. DJ Black Coffee can tell us today that I just want to retire in a small farm, do simple things, just play it small and be that guy who's just in his corner. And he can afford to do that with ease and peace of mind because he has played it big at some point in his life. You need to know that playing small is not something that you can just do because, you're afraid of putting yourself out there. And again, putting yourself out there has got nothing to do with fame. It's got nothing to do with everyone seeing you. It's got nothing to do with putting yourself in front of the camera and telling people how much you earn or where you live, showing them what you bought or what you have. Putting yourself out there is making sure that you display whatever it is that you know is your excellence, your calling, your purpose, your greatness. Playing small is going to cost you. There is a big price in playing small because you're going to play small from the age of 20 up until 35 and then realize at 40 that you playing small didn't get you the success that you needed to survive the rest of your life. Playing small between 18 to 35 or 18 to 40 will not yield the dominion that you have been blessed with. And you'll be a 50-year-old who does not or is not feeling satisfied because you played it small. Playing small is going to cost you. You need to be out there. I said need. I didn't say you have an option. You need to be out there in your own way, your own style. The way someone else is out there does not mean you have to be out there the same way. But one thing I can tell you for sure, playing small, playing small is not part of the plan. It is not part of the plan because, like I said, even to be in that little corner and be comfortable and feel secure and feel okay, you have had to play big at some point in your life. Staying at a small farm that, you know, where you grow your own food and just do your own things is not cheap. In case someone out there is thinking, oh, I'm just gonna play small and live on a farm, right? There is nothing on this earth that will yield results because you played below your potential or you played below your talent. Nothing. If you can show it to me, then I'll change my train of thought. Playing small is going to cost you. Play big.
You say you want to be a content creator, you want to be an influencer, but it's people in jail that post more consistently than you. You need a new camera, you need to get some new lights. Why would you get some equipment you can't use? You barely know how to use the editing software on your phone, and you want to jump to the big leagues? I need to wait till I move. I need a better environment. I need a better background. It's people with footprints on their walls, posting videos, going viral, and getting rich while you sitting back making excuses. You say you want to be a...
I hate when I tell people that I only date men with money and they think that I'm dating them for their money. Like, no, I have my own motion. I just need you to have some too. And then what's even worse is when they're like, oh, don't worry about money. Make sure he's kind, or he has a relationship with God, or he treats you well, or he's tall, whatever. Why are we selecting 5 out of 8? Why can't we have it all? Why are we limiting ourselves? Like, money and kind is not mutually exclusive. They can do both. I hate when I tell...
What do you mean money can't buy happiness? Have you never been to Chanel, Yves Saint Laurent, Gucci, Loewe, Balenciaga? Have you ever heard of Saint Barths, Saint Tropez, the Amalfi Coast? Have you seen the photos of Santorini, Mykonos? Did you know that there was a black label of Ace of Spades? Have you ever been to a private viewing of the latest collection for Audemars Piguet? What do you mean money can't buy happiness? Have you seen those first class flights to Dubai? Have you ever heard of Nikki Beach? The penthouse suite at the Fontainebleau in Vegas? Money can buy happy. Muscle tough.
Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, I don't care what it is. You're working on 75 hard right now, or fitness goals, wellness goals, money goals, career goals, whatever the case is, you have to remember that your mood is going to change like your underwear. And that's why I always say, follow your plan and not your mood. Follow your plan and not your mood. You're not going to be in the mood to grind and hustle and make that money every day. You're not going to be in the mood to wake up, work out for 75 hard, go to work, come home, and then work out again. It's not human nature. You're going to want to buckle. You're going to want to fold. And that's why I always say, what? Follow your plan and not your mood. Write down your plan and look it over every single night before you go to bed. And that's exactly how you're going to get everything done that you plan to. Don't you want to be someone that says, I'm actually doing the things I said that I was going to do, instead of being the person who says, I'm not in the mood to do it? No. Get to it.
I hate to break it to you, but the only way to build confidence in this life is to quiet the noise and start doing whatever the fuck you want to do. When you are always in this constant need of validation, for guidance, for reassurance, for someone to tell you exactly what to do, you're not going to build any confidence. Let's use driving a car as an example here. When you are driving a car, you have a few point of views. You have your side view mirror, you have your rear view mirror. If you're a good driver, you pay attention to your blind spot. And then you have this big old windshield in front of you. Where are you looking? If you are constantly looking to your left, to your right, or behind you, who are you paying attention to? You are going to crash if you are not looking forward. I'm not saying that you don't look to your left, to your right, because you got to switch lanes. You got to put your signal on. But if you are only looking to your left, if you are only looking behind you and not in front of you, you're not paying attention to your journey. I hate to break it to you.
You don't need money to have a life. You need audacity and a dream. I'll explain. So I come from generational old money wealth. I was a Nepo baby, but I was like a pauper Nepo baby. Okay, I was in a gilded cage. So, and I'm not the one with the purse strings. These aren't my accounts, so I don't have money. You have to ask. And also, asking for money in my family was considered no. You don't do that. And I always abide by the rules that other people set because, like, I'm not trying to get fucked up or have psychological, damages because I think that I'm special. So for the most part, I never asked. And when I did, it was only for stuff that was important. And then I had to endure severe amounts of abuse in order to hear the words no. So I left that gilded cage and I was poor outside the cage. So I know an awful lot about what it means to have no fucking money, but also have a life. One, because the privilege of growing up in wealth is I did not have to think about money. Once my spouse asked me, and he was legitimate. I think he was asking sincerely because he did not come from money. And he said, how do you think money ends up in the account? And I said, I don't know. It's just there. Now, it was just a joke. I was making a joke, but the point is that I don't think about money. Like, when I need it, that's when I will figure out resources or avenues to be able to make what I want happen. If money is also part of that, sure. If I could do it without money, sure. I don't care. I care about what I want, and what I want isn't money. What I want is the opportunity, the experience, right? So that's the thing about it, is you have to have a dream. First of all, your dream is what the fuck you want to do with your life, and you have to be able to dream big because you're probably going to fall short. If your dream is your imagination, it's always going to be much bigger than what you're able to materialize into the real world. But you also have the audacity to go after that dream. Now, as someone who dreams big all the time, pardon me, I burped. As someone who dreams big all the time, I can tell you this. Most people just don't have the audacity. I have projections onto me all the time. I just told you I came from old money, old wealth. Do you know how many times people project on me that I'm social climbing when they are in fact the one social climbing because they can smell the wealth on me? One thing about having and coming from money is you recognize that you have to have some strong fucking boundaries simply because people can smell wealth. People can in fact smell wealth. It comes up in the way that you speak, culture, the way that I think, the way that I move throughout life, and how I'm able to materialize things seemingly out of nowhere. Because it also takes like an expanded mindset, so to speak. One of the privileges of wealth is resources of information, not necessarily resources of things that you have, but your access to information to learn about what is out there in the world, what's capable, what's possible, and that you can do it too. That's why de-education is huge in spaces and places where also wealth and greedy motherfuckers are, who are trying to hoard all of the wealth, where there's like just look around in the world right now, where you have some different political ideologies, and look who's trying to de-educate people and take away rights from people all at the same time. Yeah, education is what liberates you from the concept that you need to have money to have a life, because life and money are not the same thing. They're not synonymous. Money sometimes is necessary to gain the resources necessary to do the experience or have the experience that you're looking for, but it is not the same thing as a life, and it is not indicative of someone who has a life, etc. Money is just a facilitator, a tool, something that you use to trade in order to get the things necessary to build your life. So back to audacity. Audacity is your ability to have boundaries. Oftentimes, you're not having boundaries with the people, the situations, or the places you find yourself in. Anytime I'm in a situation with people who start projecting onto me that I am money hungry, it is always people who are money hungry, people who feel like money is really important, people who feel like they need money to do this, people who think that people with money have good character, or people who have money have bad character. They think both of those things at the same time. It's just whether or not they think that person's nice enough to share money with them or not. Anytime I start seeing situations like that, I always dead them. I walk the fuck away, because that is somebody who is not in their right mind. It is somebody who is controlled by money, not controlled by their own dream, and so therefore they don't have boundaries. They have no respect. They value nothing when it comes to humanity. They're fucking goblins.
Now, I have experienced these types of people my entire life, and it's also because I'm a Black woman. People, man, especially in places that aren't diverse. In cities, it's way less. It happens way less. But in rural spaces and places, and that's anywhere that's not a major metropolitan city that has a lot of international travel and such, I get projected onto all the time that I must be poor and seeking money, and also whatever people have in their lexicon of what Blackness is or what Black women are. They try to project that shit onto me, and it never really fucking works because I'm a very unique individual like most people in the world, and I also refuse to abide by scripts. If I'm not going to follow people who have millions of dollars that seemingly if I follow what they want, they will give me access to those things, why the fuck would I follow somebody who has no fucking money, who wants to control me, and like I have to live based off of the stereotypes that they want to put onto me? Absolutely the fuck not. I can't be controlled. Not by money. That's ridiculous because, again, money is nothing. I'm controlled by the dream that I have because that is given to me specifically to go live out my life. You are a unique person. No one will ever have the same dream that you have. Even if it sounds the same, looks the same, seems the same, your materialization of whatever it is that you want to live in life will never be the same as someone else. Who gave you that dream? How did it come to you? And if it's yours, you might as well try to live it out. I will tell you this is just from personal fucking experience and also from my own educational background and just the people that I have met in life and the places that I've been. I have moved throughout the world, not because I had the money and the resources, but because I heard an opportunity once in a classroom in college. Someone mentioned a program that they were interested in, and so I applied for it. Like, I have done many wild, crazy things simply because I took advantage of an opportunity that was presented not directly even to me all the time, but just in my general space or place. That's how that shit works. Opportunities are everywhere. You just have to be able to spot them, and they generally don't come with price tags. I find that many opportunities actually will pay you. Those are the only ones I look at. For real. But you also have to feel like you are worth that. You have to feel like you are worth someone paying you to take advantage of an opportunity that you want. Like, that is a possibility in life. It happens all the time. And I have to give credit to a chemistry professor who said, "Why would you ever pay for school, dear? Don't you know? You're a Black woman. Someone will pay you to do chemistry." And I was like, wow. I mean, I didn't go into chemistry, but changed my brain fucking chemistry in that moment. I was like, you're right. People should pay me to follow my dreams. When you have that thought paradigm, that shift, and you actually embody it and you live it, then you realize you don't need money to have a life, that you need to have a life to have money. And that's just for real. No one's going to pay you to not have a life. That's just... Well, that's not true. Your employer will pay you to not have a life, but I bet you they'll only ever pay you pennies because they are literally stealing your life from you. So you have to recognize what your gilded cage is, and you need to have a dream and the audacity to get out of it and to walk out of it. Not all gilded cages are glitter with gold like mine was, okay? Even though I literally had none of the gold that was glittering off those cages. Some gilded cages look like a 9-to-5. Some of them look like in worse shit than that. Some of them look like trash. Some gilded cages literally look like iron fucking bars, okay? You have to have the audacity and the dreams to move out of them. And when I say audacity, I mean the grit that's necessary for you to have boundaries about what situations, what types of people, and what environments you will tolerate and you will be in. And when I say tolerate, I mean the ones that bring value to you. If they do not bring value, and in fact they tear you down in some way, shape, or form, or encourage you to tear yourself down, you give those absence. You'll be surprised how incredibly fucking difficult it is to stand by yourself and in your own boundaries in that regard versus to just go with the flow of life and to feel a victim of life. In my life, I have met more victims than I have ever met people who have the audacity to say no to abuse, the abuse that's happening to them, simply because they're scared of something. You have to face your fears, and that's it. And yes, some fears are real and valid, but there are plenty of people who have those same fears and valid fears and reasons to stay who also left. You have to find their stories so that they can give you the courage to get out. Stop looking at the stories of people who do not resonate with you, people who have never experienced life in the way that you have. Start looking for the stories of the people who have, and that is all in knowledge. That's information. Go to the library, read, get those books, consume something that expands your horizons. You must, in order to dream. Now, link in bio, I have a free newsletter and also
yes, you can be paid to exist. People are doing this every day more and more. But you have to, one, have a belief system that says it's actually possible, because that's how you become an energetic match. And then two, you have to show up in a way that reflects that. Most people think it would be nice, but actually don't have a nervous system that could handle what it means being paid to exist. Most people don't actually think that they're worthy enough for life to be that easy. So let's just say some affirmations that'll, one, help your subconscious to understand that it can actually be that easy. And two, to also tell your subconscious that you are worthy enough for that to be you. Your creative gifts, your knowledge, your energy is good enough. My existence is worth millions. My creative gifts are linked to abundance. I can't believe it's this easy to be me. Payments are sent to me every day just for existing. I am deserving of a life of ease. My mind is worth millions. It's so easy to show up and receive. In this moment, blessings are being sent to me. I get paid more and more every day. I vibrate at the frequency of abundance. I'm worthy of a life of financial freedom. It's safe for me to be this successful. It's safe for me to be wealthy. Every day I just wake up to payments. I'm deciding that life is this easy. I deserve this life of ease. Yes, you can.
If you want to keep being an average, lazy, lame-ass bitch, then don't listen to what I'm saying. But if you want to turn yourself up, then get a fucking pen and paper, because I'm telling you what to do. Being devoted to your goals makes you stand out. Let's say there was 1,001 people in the world. 999 people are doing this and not taking action. 999 people are starting something that they're not finishing. 999 people are criticizing the other 2 people in the world that are actually doing shit because they're projecting and they feel bad for not taking action. So they're just saying shit to make themselves feel better about being such a lame loser ass bitch. You don't want to be in that pool of 999 people. Wake ups, 5 a.m. wake ups. Leah Alexander won't be doing that. I don't want to wake up at no 6 a.m. Now I could do 7. That's the best anybody will ever get out of me. Unless I got a flight to catch early in the morning. I'll never pretend to be that girl. I won't be that girl.
This is one of those videos that you have to stick around for its entirety, because understanding this will make you a very powerful person. I've been thinking about quantum jumping a lot, which is basically being able to change your reality by jumping from one to the next. One of my followers asked to talk about it, and so that was my sign to talk about it. Okay, so the truth is we live in a parallel universe, which basically means that there's multiple different versions of the world, but we only see one at a time. This has been shown time and time again by scientists through experiments such as Schrodinger's cat. Parallel universe is just a fancy way to say a world that coexists with our world, but is very different from it. For my religious folk that aren't too shabby with science, religion talks about this too. The variation of Earth from a religious sense would be heaven or hell, or the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm doesn't only exist when we pass away. It exists all the time right now. It is parallel to us. It is current, simultaneous, and always accessible through practices such as meditation and prayer. So why is this important? Why does knowing about parallel universes matter? And what does it have to do with manifestation? Let me tell you why. The thing about having parallel universes means that if there's a parallel universe, there are parallel versions of you as well. Yes, you are operating in this realm, but also operating in other realms simultaneously. I'm literally getting chills. There are different levels of you operating at higher levels of consciousness, while others are operating at lower levels of consciousness, but they are all accessible. This is where quantum jumping comes in. Quantum jumping is pretty much changing your reality by jumping parallels or levels of consciousness. Basically, there's a better version of you, but there's also a lesser version of you. And with every decision that you make, you become more like one or the other. You know when you have a goal or a dream that's always on your mind, you feel so close to it, it feels like it could be yours. It's almost like a dream that feels like you feels like you can have it, but then you look around and you don't. You feel so tied to it because that is something that you do have in another parallel. You can fill yourself with it because you already have it. It is in fact already yours, and the Bible talks about this as well. We think it's something that we're dreaming of in the future. We think it's something that we see in the future, but in reality, we're not seeing it in the future. We're experiencing it in a parallel universe. This is what they mean when they say the past, present, and future are actually happening at the same time. They're not far and near, they're actually parallel, all happening at the same time. And the goal is to jump from one plate, one version to another by increasing consciousness. So how do we jump? Luckily for us, there are so many ways. If we are trying to get things that our higher self has, we will just have to do higher things. This is where spirituality and science once again come together. This is why we pray. This is why we talk to Jesus, God, spirit guides, angels, loved ones, whatever. Our higher selves has those things that we dream of. So if we tap into a higher realm, we could get the information needed to receive those things. It's almost like a telephone, right? Like, hi guys, can you tell me what the fuck to do? Can you show me what my higher self is doing so I can do that too? And of course, this is an analogy shifted to make it fit. Prayers like, God, show me the way. Help me to obtain things that I know are for me. Religiously, it's socially acceptable to leave those things at prayer, right? But these are all ways of manifestation. This is just one way to quantum jump. We could jump by the words we say, the things we do, meditation, focus and intention. Every decision, every action is a jump. I'm gonna say that again. Every decision, every action is a jump. Either up or down. You're either splitting into the higher version of yourself or the lower version. But the reality or the universe you get to experience is ultimately up to you and the decisions you make. Anyway, this is getting deep, right? So
if nobody has told you yet, if you want something in this life, you are going to have to go outside and take it. And before you male-centered women come on here and start trying to justify you trying to take someone else's man or husband, that's not what I'm talking about. And of all the things that you can choose to have, why is it something that someone else already has? What I'm referring to is if there is a lifestyle that you want, if there is money that you want, resources, opportunities, girl, anything that you want, you have to get a little bit more aggressive. I'm not telling you to be like the colonizers and to steal things from people. That's not what I'm saying. But your mindset needs to get to a point where you wanting something is not a matter of if. You need to start figuring out, strategizing how you're going to have it. That is how I live my life. That is how I get everything that I want. The thing you need to know is you don't get everything exactly when you want it. Sometimes there is a gap in time that needs to happen so that doors can open up, so that people can move things around, so that you can have what you have. You still need to lose the why me mindset if something is not working out quickly, and you need to adopt the why not me. Whatever it is that you want. Why can't you have it? Give me a valid reason why you can't have something. There isn't one. Once you realize that your brain is making up excuses as to why you can't have something, and that's largely the reason why you don't go after certain things, that'll change your entire approach to life. Your brain, your mind is an excellent resource. It is a tool, it can assist you, but it is a terrible master. If you live by everything that your brain tells you, you're not gonna live a great life. You tell your brain what to believe about you, what to believe about life, and make sure that your body is performing the actions that you need to get wherever you're trying to go. 2025 is almost here. If you want to become one of the lucky girls, if you want to be someone that gets everything that you want, follow me for more mind tips.
You gonna mess around and get rich on accident because you keep hustling on purpose. You gonna mess around and get rich on accident because you keep hustling on purpose.
Don't minimize what comes to you with ease. There are people wishing, hoping that they could do the very thing that you do with ease that you don't even think about doing with the same ease. You come up with ideas super quick, like nothing. And to you, it's like, this is just what I do. This is just who I am. Meanwhile, it would take that person hours, days, weeks to figure out something that came to you in less than a minute. You think, oh, I just threw this outfit together. It took me maybe 15, 20 minutes. I just pulled something together. Meanwhile, you pulled together something that someone else is admiring because they're like, dang, how did you, first of all, how did you even think about that? How did you put that together? If I tried to do this, I probably, 1, cannot do that. 2, it would take me a very long time to conceptualize how to make this work. Everybody is not you. Your ease is not my ease. My ease is not your ease. And the moment that you can find joy in your ease and how it contributes to other people's lives is when you'd stop comparing yourself to others. You're not like them and you don't need to be. They're not like you and they don't need to be. Don't minimize what comes.
You're not successful because you refuse to pick a struggle, and you're not meeting your goals because you're trying to focus on too many. And when I say you refuse to pick a struggle, I mean you are sitting here like, I don't have any money, I don't have any resources, I don't have this, I don't have that. But then on the other side of that, I want to start this business. I want to start this brand. I want to get this new job. And somewhere in the middle, because you don't have resources to do the thing that you want to do, you're just not doing anything. You're just sitting there. And then time is passing. And I don't know what happens when we do absolutely nothing over the course of time, but it's certainly not advancement, right? And then when I say that you focus on too many goals at once, you want to rule the world. You want to take over Mexico by next week. You want to earn $100,000 by tomorrow. Like, you want to write a book. You want to do all of these things, and you can't sit down to focus on one thing at a time. And I'm not being funny, but this is literally how people are. We have these grand ideas. We have these grand schemes of what we want to do. But at the same time, we allow all the obstacles to keep us from taking action. Then we set all of these goals and we try to do them all at once. And what happens when you try to do more than one thing at one time? You can't make proper progress in one. So the one thing that I figured that I start doing, and the reason that I was not hitting my goals before was because I was not practicing that intentionality. I wasn't hyper-focusing on one thing. Yes, you can have as many goals as you like, but how successful are you going to be if you sit there and you continue to try to focus on 12 things at once? You're not going to make much progress. Even focusing on 2 things at once can be a lot depending on what it is, because you have to work continuously. So I feel like people need to take their time and pick like 2 or 3 things at a time to work on. And when you hit that goal and get the ball rolling, then okay, let's make some adjustments and let me add this one in. And I also think that people need to start lowering the barrier of entry for themselves. If you feel like you want to start a business and you're like, I'm gonna wait until I have $10,000 to start the business, what's the likelihood of you getting $10,000 liquid in a very short period of time if you're not intentional? It's possible, because I've done it. But even in doing so, if you wait until you have the 10,000, now you have the 10,000, but you don't have a skill set. So you have to learn how to be like, okay, I want to do this thing. How can I lower the barrier of entry? How can I start working on it in a way of not impacting my ability to do it, but I can do it right now? Okay, I don't have the money, but I can start talking about my ideas. I can start generating an email list. I can start a blog. I can start a YouTube channel where I share this journey with people. I can start a TikTok where I talk to people about these struggles, whatever it is. But so many of us sit on these things and we figure, okay, I want to do this, but I don't have this to do it, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, I want to do all these things. I'm going to just start working on it all at once. And then you burned out in 2 weeks and you stop because it's too much. So lower your barrier of entry and then just find 2 things to focus on at a time until you make progress in those 2 things, and rinse and repeat. That's it. I literally have a template for this. It's a 12-week year where you can kind of like hyper focus on your goals, but you got to start and you got to stop making so many excuses, friend. That's it.
It's going to be the one that say it. When you're that person who got everything it takes to become successful, and you know that light, look, I'm already crying. You know that light that other people see within you. You know how like in whatever trade that you do, you will succeed. You know that? You know when you that person where it's other people like, girl, you need to do this or you need to do that. Like, a lot of us aren't moving our feet because it is really scary becoming successful. And I know a lot of people want to be successful, but when you really one of the ones where success is like right there, if you just you ain't gotta do too much, it's just right there. If you just that's on your feet, right? You just gotta, like, when you're one of them people, it is scary, especially like growing up. If you didn't really have someone pouring into you and telling you like you got everything it takes, when you have grown up with just everybody just telling you the bad about you, it is so hard to just honestly tell yourself like, I'm enough. And I know I get on here and I just tell y'all all the time like, you better do what you want, you better do what you got, you know, you better do everything you can do. You can do this, you got what it takes, you are enough. But honestly, y'all, sometimes I have to watch my own videos, just tell myself like, T, stop playing, bro, and just go. And I be so mad at myself because sometimes, y'all, I just be looking back and I be like, I wasted so much time. Like, I wasted so much time. Like, I could have been successful. And I know I got to just trust my timing. But honestly, like, it ain't even to the point where I'm trusting my timing. It's finally to the point where I'm seeing, like, I'm procrastinating so much because I am afraid of success. How can I be so afraid of something that I really, truly want? And I think it's the way that it's gonna come. It's gonna come so fast, but it's gonna come in a righteous way. It's gonna come in a way where I'm in front of the world, but it's like, now at the age I am, I'd rather be the billionaire in the room and nobody knows. Like, honestly, y'all, me being successful in front of all of y'all, like, that is scary. That is scary. And do I even want success? Look at all the people that's successful right now. Like, they're crashing. And I'm not saying it's gonna be me, but it's like, it's scary when you have so many talents and you can literally take off with every last one of them. Like, when you have when you have what it takes, and really all you gotta just do apply yourself, it is scary. And I just wanted to make this video, just tell myself, like, a year from now, y'all gonna say, I remember when that girl made that video and she was scared, and then look at her in front of the world just empowering people. Or y'all gonna say, she's still in the same spot. Y'all, I don't want to be scared of my success. I need encouraging words, y'all.
Friendly reminder, you don't have to explain why you want what you want, do what you do, or love what you love. You're allowed to live a life that people don't understand. Friendly reminder, you don't have to explain why you want what you want, do what you do, or love what you love. You're allowed to live a life that people don't understand.
God is giving you the opportunity to pursue your dream. God is giving you the opportunity to execute whatever it is that is in your mind, whatever it is that he is giving you the ideas to do, right? But I also believe for those who are in a waiting period, for those who are in a season of transition, you're in this place where, God has called you to quit your job. You're at home, you're, feeling depressed and everything like that, but that is a distraction. Oh, okay. That is a distraction. I believe for some of us, and this word is not for everybody, but for some of us, God has given you an opportunity to pursue your dream. God has given you an opportunity to be consistent in your content. God has given you the opportunity and the ability. He's giving you the power to do what it is that you have been dreaming to do. Now, some parts of your vision aren't, you're not able to pursue it now, but there are parts of the vision that God is giving you the opportunity to pursue. You just have to figure out what that is. You have to ask God, what part of the vision can I execute in this time? What part of the vision do you want me to put out there into the world? What part of the vision do you want me to create? And he will literally give you the strategy. I'm sitting here creating content. Like, when I first quit my job, I was literally sitting in this house depressed, trying to figure out how I was going to pay my bills, trying to figure out how this was going to happen. God, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to go back to my coaching? Do you want me to, open up a community? Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do that? He was like, no, I just want you to turn the camera on and create and film some content. That's it. That's all I want you to do. I want you to get back on your podcast, and that's all I want you to do. I will take care of the bills. What, Lord? I will take care of everything else. I'm giving you, Jesus, I'm giving you the opportunity to rest, but I'm also giving you the opportunity to rest in me. I'm giving you the opportunity to live out your dream. This is something that you would be doing full time if you did not have a job. If you were at your job Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you would come home and not be able to film content. On the weekends, you will be so burnt out from your 9 to 5 that you would not even feel like creating content. Now, God is giving you the opportunity to create that content. He's giving you your opportunity to create whatever it is that he's telling you to create. Okay? So we have to kick the procrastination. We have to kick the doubt. Jesus, just do it. Just create whatever it is that he's telling you to create. Go ahead and do it, please. I believe that our breakthrough is on the other side of what God is telling us to do right now. I believe that some of you were made to thrive in content creation. I feel like God has been showing a lot of Christians, a lot of people that he is going to elevate. I feel like he has been showing us or giving us strategy for content. He is showing us that content creation is going to be a part of the vision. You creating the content, you editing it, you putting it out there, you just turning on the camera and talking about whatever it is that he wants you to talk about. That is a part of the plan. That is a part of the vision. Whatever God is telling you to create, please create it. Stop doubting it. Stop getting frustrated. Don't worry about the things that you cannot control. Literally, I have been in this apartment for 2 months and I have not had a job. My lights are on. Like, I'm cooking food right now. Like, I have not gone without, right? So not only is God giving me the opportunity to pursue a piece of the vision, and he's telling me to, do content creation and everything like that, but he's also giving me the opportunity to trust him on a whole new level. I ain't never had to trust God like this, but I know that this time in my life is significant. And if I know that for me, you should know that for you too. Go ahead and get the creating. God is giving you the opportunity to